Hi, Simon, GM8NYV. This is the CR100 so far. As I say, I've put the tag strip, I think I had it on the last video here, it wasn't mounted on the radio. I've relabeled them, or already labelled. I've just added the lettering back in. So we've got the loudspeaker, the line, the earth connection, D for dipole, and A for aerial or antenna long wire. Now then, the actual terminal sockets, if you like, are the original. I've got to fill in these two original, the two screws that screw in. Let me see them there. They're nailed. I cleaned them up, the brass. I might clean up, get more shiny if I use brass, but quite happy with them. I put little copper washers in, but I think they're the original. This one here, although it looks similar, has a slot in it, and that's all that came with the radio. So these little silver ones, these should I say brass ones here, came modern M4. Oops, these are M4, and I've cut them down to fit, and I re-tapped the socket side of it to fit. So I put copper washers in. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the new ones, M4s. They look like original, so I've kept them, and that's obviously a replacement. So that's as far as I've got with that. Right, I've started to wire it up on the other side, so I'll have a quick look at the other side. Right, one other thing you see noticed here, a lot of cables coming through now. These are the primary side of the transformer. This is the output of the transformer. I'll explain about that later. They're the output to the loudspeaker and the line connections. This little white wire here goes to the first section of the tuning capacitor. This comes from the antenna. The dipole obviously are on the other side of the first set of coils, but this is on the second, on the output of the coils. The purple ones are for the original, or the modified noise limiter that was added on. I've got here, this is my heater cabling, just see it popping in there, it goes on the heater selector. This is the 0 volt line for the HT, goes through a fuse, so that's to go on. So that's it, and this one here is, can't remember what that one is. Oh yeah, that's the out top of the detector valve there. Right, so I'll turn it over and we'll have a look at the other side. Now then, this is the inside of the terminal strip. Not far from the original. I've modified it a little to suit the cables that I had. Now then, if you look at the original drawing here, I'm not sure I'm going to focus in on this. Right, this additional circuit here replaces this one for this model. This is the CR100 -7 and 8. 4 and 5. Now then, you can see this is the, hard to see, this is the output jack, and it goes to one set of the secondary windings. Now on the other ones, the line and the loudspeaker come around here, and they show in here single screened cores, 4 screen cores. Now if I remember when I pulled this apart, I don't remember seeing screen cores going from those terminals to the transformer. Anyway, so I decided to put the screen cores in, but not individuals. What I had, if I can zoom in on the back of the radio there, let me move that out of the way. Here is a twin audio type screened audio cable, got red and blue on it. So I've got 2 going to the line in one, and 2 for the speaker in the other one, and they go through the chassis and they will connect to the appropriate contact on the output transformer. Now because it's quite thin, this wire, I hope it's okay. I think it'll be okay. It's quite good for audio, so I put this copper wire in here, if you can see it, and it goes from one tag to another, and I've used that as an anchor point for the screens of the two cables there. It also firms it up and stops it getting damaged. So that's slightly different to the original. This side is the antenna A input, aerial input, as a single wire. This white wire put in goes through a hole in the chassis and it goes to the top, or it goes to the capacitor, first section of the tuning capacitor, which then goes off to the top cap of this valve. The dipole will connect directly into the coil pack once it goes in. There's two outputs, balanced feed from the dipole connections into the power pack, into the coil pack. Right, all that remains now is to try and get the coil pack in. Just lean that down a little. You'll see a little dangly thing here. I can spin it round. It's on all those. This is the cord for the band scale drum at the top. Can't see it on this, but last video I rotated. I added this in the switch with the drum on it, and I wound the cord around it, so I've just kept it tight there, ready for when the top part goes on. Right, so what I'm going to do now is get the coil pack in and see how that goes together. From there it'll allow me to wire up the main socket through the new switch, this one here. The main socket is, I'll get it out again, the new main socket. I've just put a light, it's not soldered in yet. So it's got a filter mounted on the side, and a modern type filter. That'll go there to the switch. From the other end of the switch it'll go to the transformer, and then I will do some testing. Right, I'm going to attempt to get this coil pack in. First I'm going to push this, put that, and mark this position 1, and that is also in position 1. I may have to rotate it. We'll see how it goes. And the awkward bit is getting these cables through the bottom there. So we'll see how that goes. I think I need to push the bar through, give it some space. That's a tight fit indeed. Right. Let's almost line up there. For some reason the spindle is not 100% in line. Maybe that's why they suggested position 2. So take that to position 2. Well, I've managed to, using the pliers here, slide that in as far as it'll go. I think that's it there. I'm going to rotate the shaft back to the position 1. I'll put this back to position 1. Right, hopefully we're all aligned, and there's a screw in here, you can't see it, but it's a screw to hold the thing in right. The next thing is to put the four locating screws in. Another not easy task. With help of some tweezers, hopefully I'll get them to go in there. One. started first. Of course, once this is all in, still got the problem of getting tight, cramped corners in here for all these cables. That's one screw. There are 4 screws here. Well, that's the last screw located in. Just get my nip up now. Well, that's all the screws tightened up. Just checking that none of these wires are trapped anywhere. It seems quite free. This is my modification, but it seems to be okay. This cable's going in there. Now what's next? I need to put this in, and then I'll wire up this main switch. So I'll begin with wiring up these coils to the right place. It's going to be rather squashed in there, as you can see. So that's my next job. Okay, thank you for watching. Please click like, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.